He's so mad. Why is he so upset? What's wrong with this guy? So this is Hassan's response. Debate me, Ethan, on his main channel. And it's 37 minutes. Okay.
Ethan Klein, if you want to have a conversation with me, I am available. I can talk to you about any number of different political disagreements that we have, except this time, I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to treat you with kitty gloves. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would to an actual political content creator who was expressing your viewpoint about Israel. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would talk to them. So if you think that I'm afraid of you, I think you and I both know that that's not the case.
I love this that he's like, I'm taking the kitty gloves off. I'm going to start trying next time. Bro, he fucking annihilated you with just by asking you very simple, straightforward questions. He got you, which I don't think you were happy about, to admit to wanting re-education as a solution to people having political disagreements with you. You fumbled your way through defending what was happening in what happened to Tibet. Like you were called out on your fucking lackluster stance on what happened to Hong Kong. He barely managed to explain his way through the fucking Israel stuff, baby settlers and shit. What is in this? I'm not watching the video. What? Okay.
So before I keep watching, I need to know, are you a communist? No, of course not. I love capitalism. I am a liberal of the Democratic Party variety. Everybody knows I am a liberal who almost exclusively defends the Democratic Party. I mean, if you didn't know that, you must be an absolute dumb, right? You know,
okay.
You have to be a real moron or maybe disingenuously lie and be like, I was groomed as a 40-year-old adult into believing that someone is actually a liberal when they hid that from me. They hid their true perspective from me.
No, it's just that you use a lot of social democratic rhetoric and prioritize that when you're trying to reel people in. Yeah, you do that actually. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do that actually.
Groomed me into believing that they were a liberal. They'd have to be a real bird-brained moron, or maybe a disingenuous grifter. Maybe a disingenuous grifter who recognizes that the person that they were talking to never really sheltered their views whatsoever. Guys, I have a statue of Lenin behind me. Not right now, obviously. I'm in Japan. I used to think you were cool, consistent, and friendly. I looked past the house because I figured it makes sense. Then I found out you're a commie. Now I realize you're undeniably a baller based and live true to your word. You also have
I wasn't the only one to assume that the commie thing, like Ethan going in for the communism thing, was probably not a great idea. But yeah, he does this thing that a lot of communists do, though. A lot of communist propagandists is that they will use social democratic advocacy when it suits them, and then segue into Marxist, Leninist, authoritarian, Soviet, Islamic fundamentalist overlap bullshit whenever they're in a more friendly crowd.
Eyebrows. Thank you. Why is the Tim Pool beanie on stream? I'm wearing this so that people will think that I am Tim Pool, and therefore apolitical, and therefore not radical, therefore not playing a formative role in what is actually ruining the United States of America and perhaps the entire planet, which is the rising tide of fascist mobilization, but instead the much scarier thing, which is communism. Everybody knows it's a significantly scarier thing. So yeah, I want people to think I'm Tim Pool instead, which is the furthest you can be from communism.
Bro, it's just all of the fucking most ridiculous bad faith like tactics. It's just always the same pathetic distractions. Why? Why?
Because that's significantly scarier than Donald Trump. I want everybody to understand, make no mistake, I'm a serious person who definitely understands things. Very smart, very intelligent. Definitely not a hack, failed, dumb comedian, in air quotes, still doing 2014 memes on the timeline. Well, I'm not on the timeline anymore. I'm actually too scared to be on the timeline, so I just fucking constantly whine about it from behind my Instagram stories, even though I'm a 50-year-old dude with like 3 children, and I spend most of my time online just crying most of it. Anyway, if I was one of those things, then obviously that would be really scary. You know, I'd be really scared of the rising tide of socialism and communism in the United States.
Why 50? He's not even 40, Hassan. Why do you do this? Is Hassan insecure about getting old? I mean, he obviously is. But God.
America. Ooh, terror. Big terror is what I would say. So that's why I'm looking like Tim Pool today, who surprisingly and completely unrelated to what I was saying. Oh my God, it's 5 a.m. out here, dude. I'm literally oblivious. I'm probably not even making sense right now. What did Tim Pool say recently?
Well, I mean, that's
interesting. He said, come to the right side. Join the good side, Ethan, he said. Perhaps what I said was completely unrelated. Perhaps it was completely unrelated. Or perhaps if you're the type of person who thinks that like politics can only be consumed from the lens of slop.
Yep, let's go by guilt by degrees of separation. Okay, let's go. Guilt by association, because Tim Pool said something to Ethan Klein. Yeah, another good tactic there. Good.
Drama.
Really addressing the meat of the argument here, aren't we?
Understanding, no political reading whatsoever, no interest, no ideological leanings whatsoever, and are just like dumb who are stupid enough to regurgitate Reddit posts that have no research backing them whatsoever, oftentimes coming from a sex pest's very own community, then you are a deeply and pathetically unserious person, and therefore you probably should go and, I don't know, watch the sunset or something. They're going to click this and misrepresent the tiredness and depressed in the content Chernobyl disaster. Yeah, well, good luck to them. It's 5 a.m. out here. Yeah, I personally think that everyone deserves human rights. Controversial opinion. I personally think everyone deserves dignity.
Yes, that's what we just watched. We just watched an hour and 40. Why is he so fucking grumpy? He's so mad. Why is he so upset? What's wrong with this guy? Just address a single argument. Come on, like how much well poisoning are you doing right here? How many different fucking variations are you putting into this well? How many toxic agents are you adding? God.
Everyone deserves human rights. Everyone deserves health care. I know sometimes, okay, listen. Sometimes you really like a apartheid state. Sometimes you really feel some type of way about an apartheid state. And in defense of said apartheid state, you crash out extensively. So much so that you lose a significant percentage of your own audience because they're all like, what the are you saying, dude? There are children being mutilated every day with American tax dollars for 15 months, 16 months. And at the end of that extended crash out, as you've become mentally unwell, you put together the video of all time. People will be like, oh, dude, what do you mean? You can have political disagreements. You can have political disagreements with your friends. It's fine. It's like, it's crazy. Political disagreements aside, like an extended year-long slow burn crash out. Spectacular. Ta-Nehisi Coates was one of the biggest confirmations for me that you are right. Yeah, I mean, but I have Ta-Nehisi Coates and Bernie Sanders, you know, AOC. And then but Ethan has Caffeino. Just watch the video and take some accountability. Don't be a pirate software dude. Dude, it's an hour and 40-minute video. Okay, can I just say something?
Hassan, you stream for 8 hours a day. Just pretend it's a couple of Gordon Ramsay episodes. What the fuck?
This might come across a little ableist, but you literally have an intellectual disability if you think that, like, I am fearful of watching an hour and 40-minute video made by a dude who literally thought Roe v. Wade was the gay one.
Roe versus what? Is that the gay one?
No, that's
Roe
like when every single child or someone with an actual child brain, a person who literally was a Yang ganger, okay? Someone who was in support of Yang gang.
Yes, I know fucking... Where is it? Bro, make a 4-hour Destiny nuke. Make a 4-hour Lonerbox nuke, and Hassan will sit there and watch it for fucking... with all the commentary in between as well. Where is the... What? Someone said something I wanted to look at. Where is it? Fuck. I forgot. Okay.
Ooh. Genuinely does not know anything about politics. Like, what am I supposed to do? Watch every crash out? You think like every single time some
just fucking fly out bad empanada and you can sit there and hold your hand while you do it. Like, just do that.
YouTuber makes a video. This is actually incredibly important points. The only thing you're demonstrating is your own stupidity. It's an hour and 40 minutes of a sex pests, cults, communities, compiled garbage that he
Okay, so it's clips of you talking, Hassan, but it's all from Destiny's community. Okay, that's why we don't like it. Okay, it's you talking, though. They didn't force you to say these things. He's going to say out of context. He won't say what the context is or give any examples. Okay. We're waiting for a point. We still have no arguments. 6 minutes 47. Okay, let's keep going.
A week off to literally shave off the serial numbers off of, basically, just so that there wasn't that stink associated with it because unfortunately for him, his favorite content creator was outed as a sex pest for consensually and unconsensually recording people while they're having sex and then distributing it to a bunch of other 19-year-old Discord e-girl kittens that he wanted to fuck. And then all of those videos.
Yeah, that's a really horrible thing to do, isn't it? It's a pretty nasty fucking thing to do. Is that you have no idea. But what has this got to do with Ethan Klein's video? What the fuck?
Were leaked a month ago, including videos of him having sex with his ex-wife, who I know for a fact she has mentioned did not give him consent to release those videos to random people. And the idea that this is a deflection is moronic because I have mentioned every single stupid point brought up a million times over. But yeah. Anyway, have fun though. I assume that you guys are going to try and bait me into losing my shit all day. But yeah, there are already 100 responses to every accusation. I know. There's like, you could just go if you truly are invested in the truth. And I'm sure there are some people. There are others who are just going to come in here and be like, well, I'm going to keep it real, man. You're just like avoiding accountability. Yeah, dude, I am pro-Palestine. That's it. I'm pro-Palestine. Okay. If that's news to you, you are the dumbest baby on the planet. All right. I am pro-Palestine. I am anti-genocide. I am someone who is a leftist. Okay. I'm a leftist. I'm a leftist. I do not think
so
capitalism
mad.
is the final.
I'm just going to sit here and enjoy it. Like, there's nothing to react to. There's nothing to pause and debunk or anything. He's not saying anything. He's not saying anything. Yes, I know. Yeah, wow. I'm pro bad. I'm pro good things and against bad things. Wow, and that surprised you, huh? What must be something wrong with you, bro? Like, come on, bro. What's wrong with you? This guy. This is like. It's funny that the amount of accusations of crashing out from Ethan. Like, this is the mother of all crash outs so far, and we're only like 8 minutes in.
Evolution of mankind. I think we can evolve beyond it. There are literally Guantanamo Bay internment prison facilities being set up right now. And if your number one thing is your favorite fucking 50-year-old content.
Oh, because the fighting in Gaza is on hold right now. He's run out of Arab human shields for his dog shit position. So now he needs to find the impending Guantanamo prisons and get them as human shields instead. He needs a deflection. Oh shit, I can't say the ongoing genocide anymore. Okay, there's about to be more people in Guantanamo Bay. Don't criticize me. There's people going to Guantanamo Bay. Get him here. Get him, line him up. Ship him over. He's got a bunch of Guantanamo detainees fucking waiting off screen, ready to get fucking stacked like sandbags to defend himself against this video.
Creator with 3 children and his endeavors for the past 6 months, you are a deeply unserious person. The only, like, this motherfucker literally only talks about the genocide now when it's to say there's a genocide going on cynically. And his entire fucking baby-brained moronic fan base also reiterate that point over and over again while they think they're making a brilliant point because they misunderstood my initial assessment of the matter, which is that when I'm watching children get mutilated every goddamn day, I think it's a pathetically selfish way to approach that conversation from the personal feelings of a rich 100 millionaire sitting in his Bel Air mansion talking about his own goddamn feelings. That's it. You could call it crash.
It's not about feelings, though. You wouldn't know because you haven't watched the video. It's not about feelings. He makes arguments and he attacks positions that you have and shows you lying about things. Why is he so... Bro, if you're Hassan Piker, right, this is the best day of your life, isn't it? Like, your arch nemesis, Stephen Dustiny Bonellius VIII, is being outed as what's the word? A wrongin. That's the British word, isn't it? Bit of a wrongin. Apparently, in his world, I've also quit because I can't handle the Hassan harassment. He thinks I'm gone as well. Your only enemies are drama YouTubers, okay? You're doing interviews with Bernie Sanders and shit. Bro, this is the best. This is the best of your life. This is you at fucking peak, Hassan. And Ethan makes a video about him that he hasn't even watched, and he's so fucking angry. Why? What do you want from this world, Hassan?
Out all day, every day. I'm a goddamn adult. I'm 33 years old. I'm not going to, cover every moron in their own personal feelings and how hurt they've been. And it's taken a year, okay, for me to actually be open for me to finally get to this point. I still wish Ethan well, okay? I do. But God, how selfish, how delusional, how stupid to just think that anyone outside of your marginal fucking cult that you have whittled away over and over again is going to look at the situation and go, yeah, you know what, dude, you are actually right. You've totally convinced me that baby murder, unlimited baby murder is all right now, actually. That people who call that sort of behavior out are all seemingly...
Who said that? Who said baby murder was all right? Oh my God, he's so fucking mad. It's just that he's got nothing. He's
radical Islamist extremist terrorists who I will assume are being funded by Qatar or Iran or Saudi Arabia or whatever other...
What do you mean? What do you mean assume? Do we not think Hamas gets support from Qatar? Is that even controversial? Do you not think they get support from Iran? Do you not think Hezbollah is bankrolled by Iran? Do you not think the Houthis are bankrolled and armed by Iran? What the fuck is wrong with you, Hassan? Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that with derision? That's a stupid assumption.
Arab nation, because I don't have any understanding of geopolitics.
Oh, he thinks he's talking about people who think he's being funded. Okay.
Anyway, and they're all the same to me. Go spend time with your kids, man. Holy shit. You look crazy. You look like you're literally losing your mind. Yeah, and true. Virtually everyone can see it. Do you not have any friends? Listen to your producers. I'm sure they have pulled you aside on the background and been like, hey, Ethan, can you stop doing this? It's very uncomfortable every time the camera pans to them. There's a reason for it, because everyone around you thinks you're crazy. God, it took this long for me to finally be like, dude, please, you're never going to get better unless you take accountability. Jesus Christ, go to therapy or something. That must have felt cathartic. I mean, it doesn't feel cathartic at all, because then as the classic cry bully behavior gets reiterated over and over again, they will go, see, he cares about this. He cares about this so much. And it's it doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't. You're not new to this game. It's just deeply embarrassing and everyone can see it. Okay, you went from writing...
It's funny that he's used every tactic in the book in such a small space of time. He's used Mott and Bailey. Oh, I'm just pro-Palestine. I just support human rights. He's gone straw man. You think it's okay to kill babies and shit like that. He's done guilt by association. It's all death. It's all sex pestiny, right? That's every clip of me speaking with my voice that was dictated by my fucking brain and my decisions. That's all blamed on fucking sex pestiny, right? What else do we have now? Oh yeah, you're crazy. Gaslighting. He's using every tactic in the fucking book in less than 12 minutes.
A Keemstar drama nuke to being hyped up by Keemstar. How stupid and malleable are you as a goddamn adult that you can be manipulated by other slop tubers? It's kind of shocking. Brother, you keep agreeing with chatters to say you're giving drama clippers a reaction and saying you're right and then continuing to cover it.
You can't talk about this while there's a genocide. Yeah, but I don't even know what bad faith tactic that is. I mean, I'm just going to call it human shielding. I mean, it is human shielding, but
yeah, I know. Because I'm a human, man. I'm a human being, okay? I'm a human being. There's only so much I can take. What are we doing here? This guy literally had a disagreement with me over Israel. End of the podcast. I was so gracious to him. Far more gracious than he deserves. Literally.
I'm sorry, Ethan. That's just I can't stop my fans from calling you a racist Zionist baby killer because you're doing it yourself. You're saying things that are racist Zionist baby killing, even though no examples, not really any gracious. What is that? Retconning? Okay, there's another one. There's another tactic. Retconning the relationship. Nice one. Good. Bro.
Ends the podcast because he can't cut it. He's I don't want to talk about politics anymore because people are hurting my feelings when I talk about Israel because it kind of comes across like I'm defending Israel. And then everybody goes, oh, you're defending Israel. It's like his whole shtick for the past year has been saying liberal Zionist talking points and then getting mad at everyone when they go, are you a Zionist? And he's like, whoa, this is anti-Semitism. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. What kind of moronic attitude is this? Just don't talk about politics. Just go back to talking about like gooning or Justin Baldoni or whatever new thing is happening online. You're clearly not intellectually equipped enough and you got deluded by a sex cult. Like Destiny was able to brainwash you over the course of a year. I'm sorry. You got a child's brain.
Is this like crazy making? I don't even know what part this one is. This is you're brainwashed by someone else. Okay, so again, the guilt by association. What's this association though? I'm guessing some of the clips are from the DGG subreddit. Is that it?
I can't stop my community from A-logging your wife. Go spend time with your kids, man.
Yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? His community fucking obsessed with Ela and did nothing about it. Thanks for $20, Jane. Appreciate it.
Go enjoy childish things. The fuck is wrong with you? Why do you have to like literally do politics? Your fan base hates it. You're clearly all the people in your vicinity hate it. And you're still like, nah, I'm the number one guy. I'm the number one politics guy. Okay, dude, there's plenty of dumb. Go ahead. Have a right wing, do your little right wing tilt, I guess.
I feel like I'm watching this. This is what I'm watching right now.
Ever had.
We're just watching this.
So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. I want you to get up right now. Get up, go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell.
Yeah, he's really channeling.
And then maybe you can find admiration again, but it's probably not going to happen in the liberal sphere that you're trying to carve out for yourself. I'm sorry, liberals, and I disagree with a lot of liberals, okay? But many liberals are still infinitely more intelligent than the fucking average dumbass right-winger. They get manipulated by right-wingers a lot, which is why I get very mad. But it's much...
They get manipulated. Liberals get manipulated by right-wingers, says the guy who's been fucking simping for Islamic fundamentalists for over a year right now. Yeah, they're the ones, yeah. Liberals are the ones who get manipulated by right-wingers. This guy... Fuck me.
Harder for you to cultivate a fan base with your unfortunate lack of knowledge over politics in that sphere, okay? Just become a right-winger then. Look at Tim Pool. He's got a massive audience. I've been so nice, dude. And you know what the most annoying part is? For a year, I was like, oh man, I don't want to hear about this stuff. I'm sure Ethan means well, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was in my ear constantly yelling and being like, no, he did this, he did that. And I was like, who cares? He's just he's just doing whatever. He's just doing whatever. And everyone was like, no, dude, listen, he made fun of Aaron Bushnell, killing himself. Like, you don't understand. He's like doing all this propaganda, whatever. And in that entire time frame, I was like, so
what did he say? What he said about Aaron Bushnell was so fucking mild, though. The thing with Aaron Bushnell is, what do you want to do for Aaron Bushnell? Do you want to glorify it? Do you want to call it like a martyrdom, as what a lot of people were doing? Because that's a problem as well, because you don't want to encourage people who have nothing going on in their life and have mental health issues that, oh yeah, you can regain some sense of pride and glory as long as you set yourself on fire for the Palestinian cause, right? Like, that's a problem. You don't want people to repeat that behavior. You want to discourage that behavior because it's fucking horrible. It was a tragedy that he did that. And it's also, it's a tragedy that he genuinely believed he was doing it for those who were suffering, for the innocents, whilst he supported October 7th. He supported Hamas. He supported their activity. He had an entire fucking Reddit history of him saying that Israelis were colonizers and there was nothing wrong with killing your oppressors and shit like that.
I wouldn't say Hassan is like Alex Jones or Nick Fuentes of
Remember
the
the
left.
Holodomor?
Their left-wing equivalent would be the likes of Hakim, Second Thought, and Bad Empanada. Hassan is more of the likes of Ben Shapiro of the left.
Yeah, well, you know, thanks for the 20 euros, Hoban Production. Thanks for the comment. Yeah, nice one.
Charitable. And I was just like, hey, I've heard.
Yeah, he said there. Yeah, Bushnell did say that there were no civilians in Israel. Yes. And if you're like, if you're a bit sensitive, okay, and you're a bit of a, I guess, like you believe in kind of being polite and well-mannered and shit, then yeah, you'd say that this is a tragedy of mental health, of whatever, isolation, loneliness, disinformation, propaganda, radicalization, extremism. But you can also just like, if someone's going to be a cunt in life, you can treat them like a cunt when they die as well. Like, why don't you? I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. People wanted to make jokes about this guy who, had it been Israelis getting killed en masse, he would have been happy about it. He wouldn't have cared. Oh, but we should respect him because he died. Like, fuck off.
Things that he said one time in 2021 about how he's like pro-Palestinian, like that's important, whatever. And he did this to himself. Like, that's what's so crazy about this narcissism. Like, these dumb will be like, Hassan, you don't have any accountability for what? You want me to say I'm sorry for being like pro-terrorism or whatever kind of Islamophobic nonsense that you've cultivated over the course of the past 15 months from a sex cults community? God. Oh, we have a bingo card for Hassan's reactions. Like, I saw that too. And it's like, you just have no interest in anything real.
The fact is you're doing all of them, though. Like, you're so predictable. And none of these are arguments. There's a genocide going on. Out of context. Ethan, secretly on the right. Never watches the video. Destiny did this. Tries to act unbothered. Grifter. Needs to take a break. Crashing out. Zionist. Disappointed. Lying, making stuff up. Bro, he's doing the thing. If people predict on a fucking bingo card that you're not going to make any good arguments and just say things like this, none of which are arguments, then yeah, okay, you're going to do the... And you do it anyway. What's that say?
Okay? You have no interest in anything real. You will fall
acting above all of it.
To the whims of right-wing politics. Okay? If Ethan fully flipped the script and became like a right-winger, then you would also do that because you are a stupid person. Anyway, I hope, and I mean this with genuine sincerity, in all sincerity, I hope this was like, I hope he got it out of his system, you know? I hope he got it out of his system, and instead of like clip chimping everything that I'm saying right now, and
out of context,
posting it on his stupid, silly little drama show, if Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story. You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my phone number. We can have a conversation on it.
Bro, what does this 43-year-old have against 50-year-olds? You're not that far off the hill, bub. Like...
Your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Last time, I had the baby gloves on, and you cried like a bitch after doing Teddy Fresh ads in the midst of our genocide coverage. That's right. And I'm not talking about the leftovers episode.
Wait, there's no fucking way you're gonna say this. Really? In the middle of, I thought, so you've been covering baby mutilation every day. Wait, has Hassan put the top of the hour ad breaks on pause for the last year? Oh, so he's been doing top of the hour ad breaks throughout the entire genocide coverage. Okay. Huh. The clip was an awkward joke that Ethan was making. Wait, really? I forget.
Where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment. And I'm not talking about the leftovers episode where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment. And I was actually very wrong for thinking that actually meant something. It turned out it didn't mean shit for you at all. Because selfishly, you spent the next year constantly ripping into, suspiciously, a lot of, not myself, but other people of color. I'm not calling myself a person of color. I know it's going to get clipped out of context here as well. And then you're going to be like, meh, 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 whatever. No, just
he's so
noticing
insecure
that
about it.
you have just been going
No.
after a lot of people of color, Arabs, Muslims in general, just constantly talking about how scary they are.
Yeah, but he's got like he supports people of color as well, you know, like me. What? He has POC friends. Oh God.
No, why? Why are they so scary?
The people Ethan attacks are people who live in America and have mostly lived in America and talk like Americans and behave like Americans. Oh no. Oh shit, guys, we've run into trouble here. Listen, I'm really sorry to the H3 fans, okay? I'm not going to make all of you happy. I am baffled at what I just witnessed, so I subscribed to Lonerbox after seeing him on the show. I just logged onto YouTube and saw he was live watching the content nuke, so I decided to join. Literally 3 minutes into watching, and he drops the R slur. Casual as anything, with no response from chat. I was shocked, so I called it out. He saw my chat and said some bullshit about phasing it out. Has it not been phased out already for the last 10 years? Am I not crazy? And the chat goofs on me for calling him out for saying it. I wanted to post as a PSA to anyone who's subscribed to him after liking the show. Safe to say, I unsubscribed immediately. I mean, it's whatever. Like, yeah, I don't want... You probably shouldn't watch me if you don't like the R slur, okay? It's it might go one day, you know. I'm still thinking about it, but honestly, I just have too many neurodivergent friends who are perfectly okay with it, and I'm just not quite there, you know. To me, it's been neutered. It's like, because all these words like moron, idiot, imbecile, they all used to be like diagnostic terms that would excuse putting people in asylums and basically torturing them, right? That's what that was. And retard was one of those. So, but I think the way that the word's used in like our spaces, it's kind of just achieved that same level of neutralization. So I don't know.
I don't know, because maybe you're an Islamophobic moron.
If you don't agree, it's fine. I'm not going to hate you.
Who retweets or basically tweets out Ben Shapiro quotes about Hamas. Maybe that's the reason why people think you're super pro-Israel, okay? Maybe that's why. No accountability, okay? No accountability whatsoever. Constantly pointing the finger at other people. It can't be me. It can't be the broad reception of my worldview. It cannot be the way that people understand where I'm coming from, okay? The way people have heard the...
Would you say the same about the N-word? No! Shut up, you're joking. Right.
Same talking points over and over again from people who are genuinely deeply pro-Israel. Maybe that was the reason why people were saying that. No, it must be because of anti-Semitism. And it's like, it's not as though anti-Semitism isn't increasing. It is, okay? And it's something that I understand. It's something that many of these people that Ethan has falsely smeared as anti-Semitic understand. So especially at a time when there's motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields, or numerous other like actually anti-Semitic...
I thought autism equals constant N8Z salutes.
Oh, yeah. I shouldn't use my autism and excuse to say the R word. I should use it for Nazi salutes. We've moved on. We've moved on. Evolution.
Monsters out there who are running rampant, hyper-focusing on people who are anti-Zionist and expressly and openly not anti-Semitic is certainly a choice. Yeah, I'll debate you anytime, anywhere. All right, Ethan? The assumption that I'm afraid of you is so idiotic, okay? Tell your God, be honest with your fan base, okay? I'll talk to you anytime, any place. I'm done. I'm done with this nonsense. Like, these morons literally think I'm a...
The H3 chat and sub posters are usually the most obnoxious of the H3 fans. They're embarrassing, to be honest. That's not really the experience I had. Of every like H3 person on Reddit that or most of the ones that I saw and the ones that came into the community were pretty cool. I don't know. Barring one or two.
Afraid of a dude who does not know anything about politics and basically just rehashed Willie Mac show and Destiny clips, dude. Like, these guys just literally go to Reddit.
They're your clips, Hassan. They're you talking, and you never explain why they're out of context. That's your fault.
That's it. And they just repeat Reddit talking points over and over and over again. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Yeah, I saw Roman also
Reddit talking points, as opposed to comparing Tibet to the fucking South in the Civil War. Yeah. These guys make Reddit talking points. Meanwhile, I make comments that are too fucking dumb even to go on Reddit, apparently. Like,
popped off. Because, dude, if you are even remotely interested in politics, you're going to look at this and go, what the fuck are you saying? Incredible video to drop in the current political climate. Fascist takeover happening in the US and tons of other places. And he drops a 2-hour video on the biggest threat to America is Hassan and communism. Lol. LMFAO even. I fully expect Ethan Klein to become an anti-woke grifter within the next 5 years. So H3H's video on Hassan is deadass just red scare and McCarthyism. I actually haven't even seen anything more pathetic in my life. Bro's trying to pander the last remnants of his right-wing fan base by going after lefty boogeyman streamer right after Trump win as well. And he's doing it also that people forget his controversial Israel takes. Incredible. That's what's so crazy, by the way, which is that like there are a million different ways to try and hit me on like drama related. Why the fuck would you try to do politics, man? You're so stupid. How narcissistic of you. How unimaginably narcissistic of you to think that you can like write this brilliant, political work. Like stick to your lane, dude. What is wrong with you? You look like a clown to adults. Okay, maybe not the cultish fans that have stayed behind. You know.
what is this? Why am I... What's going on here? Why am I where did this come from? This bro has been crying about debate purpose for years and he finally became one. What? Oh, is this supposed to be me coming back from my break and collapsing as a YouTuber? I don't know what the fuck this is. I would react to this stuff on Best Buy. I'd like hide in the back. I'll just sit in the forklift and stream from there, okay?
Messaged me saying, Roman, how can you side with Hassan when, he has had terrible Ukraine takes? And I actually agree. I don't watch Hassan for his Ukraine takes. In fact, I don't watch him at all. But I do think he's a good force in today's world. You know what I mean? Like, once again, people are getting deported, Ethan, and you're dropping a 2-hour video on Hassan Piker saying that Hassan and communism is actually what...
Damn, this guy's getting the human shields and putting them in front of Hassan for him.
What's destroying America today?
The deportees.
Like, please.
Do you think they stopped the deportees on their way out? They're like, hold right there. I got a job for this guy. I got some migrant labor for this guy. They can stay.
Between Hassan Piker, who once again talks about real issues and is like, in my opinion, once again, a good force in this world currently, from my point of view, from where I stand. You know what I mean? Who actually talks about real issues, that minorities face and so on. Ethan Klein, though, he just talks about like...
You know what? You want to know what's crazy about this? Like these guys, and this is what's so frustrating to me about like Ethan, I can't believe is a part of this group now. But there are a lot of people online like, what is his name? Like Turkey Tom or something. Like that's one of those guys. Like all these dudes that have been, actually...
Hey, thanks for the 200 Swedish, Draven. I really appreciate that. Why does he do this? He knows who Turkey Tom is. Why does he do this? Who is this? Who is that guy? Oh, what's his name? Turkmenistan, Turkey Tom. Like, bro, you know who he is. Stop doing. Why? Why do you do? It's just ego. Yeah.
Leaving Destiny's orbit now after suckling on his teat for maybe the past 3 years. Willie Mac Show, all these slop tubers, right? Just names that I never wanted to learn. They have no interest in politics whatsoever. And to them, it's just another way to extend the algorithmic boost that they can get. That's what's so annoying about...
To talk about how he's closer to them than Elon Musk.
Thanks for the $10. Appreciate it.
That's what's so goddamn annoying about this process is just like for them, it's just all drama. It's all drama. Ukraine, drama. Palestine, drama. What is this? I think Ethan just wants to defame you and you to react by suing him. I'm not even going to watch his video. And by the way, if I did, get great views overall. I'm not even going to dignify it. And you can say it's because I'm scared. If you are literally the dumbest person in the United States of America, perhaps the entire planet, then yes, you can think that. I am stating it very clearly. Ethan Klein, if you want to have a conversation with me, I am available. I can talk to you about any number of different political disagreements that we have, except this time, I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to treat you with kitty gloves. I'm not going to talk to you like you're a special boy who deserves my special attention and that you're so funny and so special. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would to an actual political content creator. If there is a political commentator out there who was expressing your viewpoint about Israel, I'm going to talk.
How do you talk on actual political... how do you talk when you're around actual political commentators, Hassan? Because if I recall correctly,
why are you
both sides on a genocide? What do you mean? How can I
have
use that
taken
argument?
these
There
people
are
from their
currently
homes,
tens of thousands of people in
murdered their
Israel.
relatives.
this is the guy who comes.
Hostages. Surely it's Hamas, Hassan. How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas
What do you
that
mean, how can I
have
use that
taken
argument?
these
There are
people from their
currently
homes,
tens of thousands of people in
murdered their
Israel.
relatives.
There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one goal of the family members of the hostages.
Who
and
is
if
using
anyone
the
on
hostages?
this panel was
No,
being
answer
even a
that
little bit
question.
honest,
You've
they would
changed.
recognize
You're
the
not listening to
reality
my
that,
question.
listen, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand, perhaps, what I'm trying to
That's
imply
very
here.
patronizing.
My fucking dad used to always say this in arguments. It's so cringe, especially when you're not really saying anything particularly profound or like.
Destiny hater, Lonerbox fan vindicated. Cheers to the new left-wing Godfather comeback.
Thanks for $10, hung.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit. Where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, you know, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I don't give a shit about.
This is Hassan with the kid gloves off. This is how he talks to seasoned political commentators on commentary shows.
Talk to you.
He's a debate bro. He's always been a debate bro. He always will be a debate bro because he's a fucking idiot who only seems to thrive off of just using every bad faith tactic in the book. What's going on here? Are people mad that the video didn't get ratioed? Hassan Bad is a good train to ride on. I wonder why.
Same exact way that I would talk to them. So if you think that I'm afraid of you, I think you and I both know that that's not the case. I think you and I both know that there's a reason why, despite the fact that you and I have very similar enemies, some of which you've turned into your friends, even after they got, you know, unfortunately they got outed as sex pests. But I think you and I both know that I didn't run away from Twitter.
Hassan, you were actually like, sorry, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know if Ethan and Destiny like talked behind the scenes, maybe, but like Ethan never took him on H3H3. How close was the friendship between Hassan and Destiny? Hassan fucking loved Stephen. Like, he was a glazer, a serial Destiny glazer. BFFs.
I don't have to constantly go to subreddits and clip stuff from those subreddits to post on my Instagram page instead of hanging out with my friends and family. Don't be a idiot. Fuck him at this point. Debating him won't change his mind. I don't give a fuck about changing his mind. I did. Okay. I tried changing his mind. Maybe this time I'll bring Sam Seder and you'll be the one saying
They exchanged DMs, but nothing significant there. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, this is not like, again, it's just the desperate guilt by association.
oh my God, Sam Seder, what a nightmare, because, you know, you've been running away from him. Yeah, I wonder why Ethan Klein won't talk to Sam Seder. In private correspondence, I told you, I said, hey man, I know you don't respect me, because he's claimed that I wasn't like talking to him at all. So I said, hey, I don't think you respect me at all, but you respect Sam Seder. You should talk to him. You should talk to him about this issue. He has a lot of lived experience. And he said that was anti-Semitic. Everything is anti-Semitic. Anyway.
Celebrity drama or whatever. Like, off, please. What it all comes down to is that I just don't believe that Ethan Klein, you know, cares about any of these.
Sam has repeatedly said he doesn't want anything to do with this. Oh, really? No way. Hang on. Is that true? Clip or it's not? If someone has a clip of Sam saying that, that would be quite funny.
Found you through H3, Thank you for being a voice of reason. I am Jewish / strongly pro-Palestine, but Hassan's / his community's anti-Semitism genuinely disturbs me. It means a lot. Heart, heart, heart.
Oh, thanks for the $20, Maxim. I really appreciate that. I think you mean Palestine, though.
These issues.
Yes, that's what's so fucking annoying about it. He doesn't. He does not. That is what's so unimaginably annoying about this entire process. He doesn't give a single shred of a about any of these issues, and it is literally ego. It's not even like a significant political disagreement, by the way. It's more so ego. That's what's so frustrating, and that's what really makes me mad about all of the people that hyper focus on this. It's just ego. It is a man who feels scorned. It is a man who bravely took the step online and became a more progressive person. That is the journey here. A person who had some reactionary takes. A person who openly said the N-word a million times over and numerous other slurs, saying, you know what, this is the old me. This is not the real me, okay? I am going to become a better person. That is a person I will always admire, okay? It doesn't matter if his name is Ethan Klein. It doesn't matter who that person is. I will always admire someone who has the dignity and the courage to openly say, I was wrong for doing this stuff. This is not who I am. Just understand. iDubbbz being a great example of this, right? But yeah, after you cultivated a fairly progressive online fan base, you turned around and you had some opinions that you demonstrated that were directly at odds with said progressive fan base. And instead of going, hey man, maybe I should really reconsider my output here. I wonder why a lot of these people are saying this in the most narcissistic ways possible.
Oh, no.
You just looked to blame others instead of saying, hey, maybe my output.
Okay, maybe for the last 12 minutes, we're going to start to address some of the arguments, okay? Maybe.
Here is the reason why people are reacting to what I'm saying in the way that they're reacting to it. You're like, no, it must be something different. You said you hid your power level to infiltrate his fan base and turn them against him. Guys clearly lost the plot. Yeah, that's such an insane take, man. No, dog. You actually made your fan base very progressive. And it's basically this. The entire quote unquote content nuke is
You're
this.
also kind of borderline teetering on what would most people say is socialism, my guy. Like,
wait, what? Let me tell you something about myself then. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't think that the capitalist organization of the economy is adequate. We don't need to have that conversation. But yes,
no, there's no way you believe in that. Hey,
socialism is not a poverty cult. You don't have to be poor to be socialist, even though you can still advocate for those who are less fortunate than you.
The question that is on everyone's minds is like, there's two things here. There's two outcomes of this. Either you are the dumbest person on the planet and just like, whenever I described my political worldview, it just like went in from one ear and out the other. No bus stop in there, okay? No pit stops in there whatsoever. It was just like...
I'm so surprised my ridiculous fucking analogy of Tibet to the American Civil War didn't hit home for Ethan. I'm so surprised that didn't happen. I'm so surprised that my answer to what would a socialist society do about political parties that are pro-capitalist, and my answer of re-education didn't really, get the cogs turning in that brain of his. It's unbelievable. Must be his problem.
Information coming in and out, okay? Nothing in there. An empty hallway, all right? And you're like, I thought you were like a, kind of progressive, vote blue no matter who type Democrat. What is going on? And if that's the case, then you have no business doing political commentary. Because what the fuck are you saying? Like, what do you mean? Then you're just like ill-equipped to have this conversation. You've openly demonstrated that.
I consider myself a liberal, but in the American political lexicon, I guess like I'm super liberal. That's what that's what Americans think liberalism is. Like the more left you are, the more liberal you are, even though there is a genuine distinction between the leftist and the liberal. But yeah, I'm progressive. I guess that's the catch-all term.
I like progressive.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be progressive? It's in the name. We're progressing.
Yeah. Well, that's why like early stage classical liberals who like wanted to rebrand, like Dave Rubin, for example.
Super liberal. Okay. Super capitalism. It's the fucking Vosh thing from way back.
Now are very openly on the right and like everyone knows it. They originally tried to say like they're the real progressives and that the people who brand themselves as progressives, people like myself, they were actually regressive.
George Soros and Google. He wears jackets that say bash fascist.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop again. What is wrong with hating fascists? I just don't understand that point. Aren't we supposed to hate fascists?
Has a club in his hand.
We're supposed to hate fascists as Americans.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. And then they'll say like Antifa is the real
This is not in his content nuke, chatters. This is just our first ever on-camera conversation. The reason why I suspect someone spliced these two things together is because they wanted to show how fraudulent and how idiotic this is for Ethan to be like, I was duped. I was groomed into believing radical politics by this big scary man, when even before we had a podcast together, I never sheltered him from my true opinion. I even say it there. I'm like, I wouldn't consider myself a liberal, but in American politics, because people's false understanding of liberalism, they would say I'm a super liberal. So what's really interesting about this entire process, despite the fact that I have a literal...
How is a super... I thought you hate liberals. Surely a super liberal would be worse than a liberal. He called himself a progressive liberal. That would be like the Squad. That's not a fucking Marxist-Leninist or a tanky communist or a USSR fucking apologist and shit. Or a CCP defender. That's none of those things.
Like Lenin bust behind me, a Che Guevara bust, and a USSR Ushanka behind me, and also prominently display other famous leftist political figures, revolutionary political figures, and also Bernie Sanders, who is himself a socialist, and go through the minutia and the process of explaining to him.
Exactly. These are the same people. These are absolutely the same people. Lenin and Bernie Sanders. Okay.
Over and over again what my political worldview looks like. He just, I guess, either A, forgot what that conversation looked like and how that took place, or B, a second thing, and is cynically trying to present it as though I was secretly hiding the truth. Okay, I was secretly hiding the truth.
Real fascists. Okay, then still bashing the fascists in that circumstance is still good, no? Like, I don't get it.
I thought fascism was like the antithesis of everything America stood for.
Yeah.
But apparently,
real voice.
It's supposed to be.
This is his real
okay,
voice.
I'll try not to pause, but there's just
It is back. They tasted the blood of 1.5 million Christian Armenians, and they'll taste man flesh again. What the fuck? If they have their way.
I think he said he thought you were a Demsock like him. First of all, he's not a democratic socialist. Ethan is barely a social democrat. Okay, what are you talking about? There's a distinction between democratic socialism and social democracy. Social democracy is pro-capitalist. I often will openly state that in a place like the United States of America that is a reactionary shithole where there's no class consciousness whatsoever, that social democrats are seen as radicals in this country, okay? And they're still in line with improving the material conditions of the working class in the United States of America. You told Ethan multiple times that you wish you hid being a socialist. That's the other problem. That's the other issue. I've told him before, but that's not my problem. I'm sorry, man. If you don't understand the difference between a democratic socialist and a social democrat, how the fuck is that my fault, dude?
I think it's more it's not the social democrat and democratic socialist. Like, no, if you were just a Bernie Sanders guy, I don't think anyone would have cared. The problem is that neither of these things are defending the fucking CCP, Hassan, or Houthis, or Hezbollah, or the fucking axis of resistance. None of that is to do with socialism or even with democratic socialism or to do with social democracy. That's kind of the thing that you managed to keep hidden a little bit. I thought it as well. I remember thinking that, like, I was very surprised the first time I saw a bunch of people in Hassan's chat, like, simping for the CCP. Because I was like, is that like, I thought this was like a Bernie bro, not a fucking, not tanky. But okay.
Explained it before. Like, what are we doing here? How, dude, I'm sorry. In the year 2025, we're not doing that. In the year 2025, we're not gonna let other people's misunderstandings become everybody else's problem, because that's ridiculous. Why so scared? Do I look scared? What are you talking about? You won't watch the video? Brother, instead of demanding I watch a video, demand Ethan talk to me in person, okay? Because if you think I'm fearful of Ethan Klein and his political prowess, I'm here to tell you I'm not, okay? Go tell Ethan to have a conversation with me, okay? Just watch the video. Just watch the video. Why can't he have a conversation with me? Why? Is it perhaps easier to clip things that I'm saying out of context in my reaction? Is that why? So that he can shelter his audience? Is that the reason why? Or is it because he's actually afraid? Because I think it's the second thing. Just like he was too scared to talk to Sam Seder in private. To go into a debate about something, you should first watch the content, right? Or do you go into blind every debate? I go in blind. You want to know why? That's how confident I am in my worldview and in my knowledge in this space. Also, I'm not going in blind. Let's be real. It's the
I can tell you do that. That's why Willie Mack made you look like a fucking idiot. And that's why you have to invent BBC articles that never exist, saying things that, oh God.
Exact same things I've addressed a million times over. It's not
Did
new.
he go in
unique.
blind when he was trying to find Yemen on the map?
Having said that, however, this is a very interesting thing. This is a very interesting thing that I've seen from people where they go, oh, dude, why don't you watch the video? Okay, why wouldn't you want me to just like debate the issues if the issues are related to me? You think I don't know the subject matter very well? I'm the subject matter. What is happening? Yeah, he can just argue the points in the video if he wants to, directly to my face, and we can have a conversation about that as well. A list of lies made by Ethan Klein. Ethan claims communism is on the rise. From Elon Nazi saluting at Trump's inauguration to the AFD in Germany, communism is clearly not on the rise.
That doesn't contradict. You can have Nazism on the rise and communism on the rise at the same time. Hassan talked about education programs, not re-education. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Is this really the best these guys have? Ethan tries to frame a deranged Sneeko fan as a Hassan fan? The guy who's went up to Hassan and said, I love you, take a picture with me? He said re-education. In what world do people who are pro-capitalist in a communist or socialist country go through re-education in a place that's not a camp? Well, it was the first one, the first re-education something that's not in a camp or a prison. A school. Yeah, a school for adults who are put in there because of political disagreements. Yeah, I mean, don't worry. This video is supposed to, that's that in the top left. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, that's just, this is part of the memes. Re-education therapy? What if you don't want to go? What if you don't want to attend this re-education and you actually just want to have a pro-capitalist political party?
Never introduced himself as a social democrat. Hassan talked about education programs, not re-education
This is so
camps.
fucking
Hassan
sad, man. This is actually pathetic. You are pathetic, Hassan. You are getting your arguments from a random fucking Twitter account whilst positioning yourself as the informed, well-read person. Like, you can just watch the video. How do you know that this is any of this is actually accurate in either direction?
never runs full defense of China, especially regarding their treatment of the Uyghurs. Ethan shares an edited clip that cuts out where Hassan explains that he cannot control his chat from calling Ethan a racist for saying racist things. Yeah, that's another one of these fucking annoying little parts about this back and forth and this drama, which is that, like, the conversation I had with Ethan ended with me saying, Ethan, there's only so much I can do to control the
re-education spa. Yeah, true.
Narrative in your favor if you keep saying things that people are going to
what did he say? Give us an example. What did he say? What did he say that people think was racist?
Interpret as you being pro-Israel. And it's not because you're Jewish. And even though, to be fair, I'm sure there are plenty of people who are like, oh, he's Jewish, and they suspect you of being pro-Israel and are deeply anti-Semitic, right? Having said that, there are plenty of people in your fan base who aren't anti-Semitic who also absolutely made up their own minds after listening to the way you talk about.
Why is it bright outside? How edited is this video? 33 minutes 34. How long has he been doing this?
Who is a left?
How long did he spend reacting to this shit? He could have watched the whole video. No. I guarantee you, give him a week, okay? And Hassan will have watched enough Twitter clips or read enough Twitter threads to easily exceed the length of the video.
Only so much I can do to control
that he doesn't
the
want to
narrative
watch because it's too long.
In your favor, if you keep saying things that people are going to interpret as you being pro-Israel, and it's not because you're Jewish. And even though, to be fair,
I don't have the time. I don't have enough time.
Sure, there are plenty of people who are like, oh, he's Jewish, and they suspect you of being pro-Israel and are deeply anti-Semitic. Right? Having said that, there are plenty of people in your fan base who aren't anti-Semitic who also absolutely made up their own minds after listening to the way you talk about Gaza. He cuts out continuously, there's only so much I can do, and leaves out, if you continue to say things like this, people are going to think you believe them and get mad at you. Yeah. Shows a random clip of someone being anti-Semitic, claims Hassan does not care about Israelis because of his lack of reaction. Hassan never justifies sexual violence. He routinely says that sexual violence likely occurred during October 7th and regularly cites the UN investigation that had one credible documented instance of sexual violence. He says that the sexual violence that may have happened on October 7th is not a justification for genocide. Hassan never said that Israel should let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained. Dude, it's, for the record, easiest like 500,000 view video of your life if you just like look at all of the clips that Ethan used and go on Twitch, go to the VOD and extend the clip by like 30 seconds and just be like, this is the full context.
I was asked to do this a few times because Hassan fans would come in and say it's out of context, but then before I knew it, this person was asking me to go like 8 minutes away from the clip. It's like, just give us an example. Just please give an example. It's so stupid. Wait, hang on. I could maybe even. This is not the first time I've done this. How will I show you this? The only way I could really show you is. This is from a DM that I sent to Hassan on November. In November, I DM'd Hassan. Don't worry about that. And I said, if any of my critiques of you have ever been made in bad faith, you can always let me know, because despite being a much smaller creator, I wouldn't, because I was trying to, I was definitely thinking about the way he empathizes with smaller creators, if it's like Frogan or whatever. I would never want to be attacking you, an opinion that you don't actually hold. I sent it to this in like November, and he never responded. So it's like, he has the opportunity to like go through, get some clips, paste them, say November 2024. Yeah. That was just the most recent time I've mentioned it. There would be other times as well.
Here he is responding to a chatter. Actually, this is not his opinion. This is clearly something that he's responding to, that he's reading in chat. Okay. Or this video was clipped to make it.
What's this?
Comparison to past months. Dude, actually, you know what? Fuck this. I can't argue with retards, okay? You're retarded. I'm being ableist, and you're fucking retarded. So there is no way I can argue with you on this issue. I'm done. Okay? That's it. It's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I literally can't do it. I don't give a fuck if your parents die of fucking coronavirus. I literally cannot do it. I'm gonna cover the fucking rational disconnect video or a thread. Comparison to past months. Dude, actually, you know what?
The rational disconnect. Yeah, he changed his voice. Yeah. Or he's on the juice. It's one of those ones. He's either on the gear or he just trained his voice to go lower because he was insecure about whatever the fuck that was.
Seem like
out of context. True. It actually, yeah, sorry, it is. Don't forget that.
You know, Hassan is advocating for this position when it's actually the exact opposite position he's advocating for. You know, the only part about this that's like frustrating though is
it's also like, it is partly like, it'd be a combination of you get older, you push yourself to lower your voice a little bit and use your chest and your diaphragm more so than your fucking head or whatever, your nose. Or maybe you're in the juice. I don't know.
There are well-intentioned people that are duped in this process. There are well-intentioned people that will get duped in this process. People who are just like kind-hearted liberals who are probably open-minded to the way I see the world, and if given the opportunity, would recognize that the things that I advocate for, they also agree to. But they'll see this video and go, oh, this guy's a dangerous, like, terrorist lover who loves terrorism. He wants to do terrorism.
There is not a single dissenting voice with his straight up radical, anti-American, anti-Semitic.
Oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? Okay.
Pro-China, pro-Russia, pro-terrorism takes. This is fringe, psychotic that is not normal.
This is like the, oh, how can I be extremist? I'm just like playing around with this little animal here. Okay.
And it is the only acceptable voice on Twitch. Explain that to me. How is there not one dissenting voice on that entire platform?
So is that what you do? Because these guys are just so like brain dead aesthetic like pill that you can just like, find some fucking clip of Hassan screaming and then I can just contrast it with me like milking a cow in a field with the music from The Shire in the background. It's like, this guy's crazy, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm just vibing out here. What is that animal?
The funniest part about this is that, like, even though this is obviously awfully sourced slop, which basically rehashes the same fake drama that Redditors have mostly clipped out of context. Very dedicated Reddit community comprised of a sex pest,
don't forget
cult leader who has his own personal bone to pick with me. Okay, just watch the video instead of people reacting to it. I am not going to watch the video. I will, however, talk to Ethan directly if he wants my attention that bad. I know that you want me to watch the video. I know that he really wants me to watch the video, but I'll just debate him. If he wants to have this conversation, we can have it. Oh, and he said nobody knows where these guys are. Oh yeah, they recently released the crew of the seized cargo ship Galaxy Leader after
we said he would do it. It was fine. 22nd of January. Wait, when did the video go out? Do you think he had time to? 31st. Yeah, could have probably added that in or put an edit in the video description. Yeah. Only 14 months, though. You know, they only spent 14 months in captivity for no fucking crime, away from their friends, their family, their home.
The ceasefire was implemented. So the idea that nobody knows where these guys are is also silly. Once again, this is just such bad, like, it's slop. This is what slop is, okay? When you don't actually do your due diligence and you literally just like stamp all of this nonsense that you found on subreddits that are obviously geared in a very specific direction, and you just don't even Google something. Like, this isn't meticulous research, dude. Like, what are we doing? How is this like, yeah, why do you have to watch a video of yourself when you said and did whatever you were supposed to watch? You don't understand. It's because these guys want to make clips. That's it. They want to make more clips. That's pretty much the reason.
It's just a video with quite a few critiques that you could address. You could address the nuances around Israeli Jews not wanting to exist as a minority, given the historical context of being Jewish in Europe and in the Middle East as well in the last 100, 200, 300 years. There's quite a bit you can go into there. I don't know. I think Hassan could probably account for why he lied so much about that Houthi operation with the Galaxy Leader, but you know, or why you cultivate audience members who are pretty socially regressive, apart from that they overlap with you on Palestine, and why that's a thing, like, and what you do about it. How do you advocate for Palestine without cultivating a bunch of anti-Semites in your audience?